Welcome to this week's episode of Voices of Dreamers podcast, where we shine a light on the inspiring stories of dreamers today. We're honored to have Evelyn with us. Evelyn is from Austin, Texas, and she came to the U.S. when she was only 40 days old. Evelyn shares her personal journey as a dreamer, discussing her experiences with advanced parole, the emotional impact of returning to her birthplace in Mexico, and the unique challenges faced by DACA recipients. Evelyn highlights the importance of community support, mental health, and the urgent need for political action regarding immigration reform. Evelyn also provides practical advice for fellow dreamers navigating their status and the complexities of the immigration system. Join me as we dive into Evelyn's story and the lessons it holds for us all.
Yes, so my name is Evelyn Escamilla. I am from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Awesome. And you have been a dreamer since when?
I've been on the program since it started basically, so
Started.
over 10 years now.
Oh, wow, okay. Do you know, your story of, like, at what age you came here? If you wanna share it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I came to the US when I was about 40 days old. I was a month and a half actually
Stop
born.
it.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my god,
was
girl, I would've just said, "Aquí nació."
yeah, basically that's the thing with me. I'm basically como dice ni de aquí ni de allá because I basically considered myself raised in the US because
Yeah.
I was only a few days old. But of course,
Yeah.
I was born in Mexico. I don't well, I have been able to visit because of advanced parole, but
Oh my
before I had
god.
no idea what Mexico is. I
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, like, do you remember anything?" No, I don't. I was a couple of days
Literally.
old. I didn't
Yeah.
understand before how it
Oh
looked
my
like.
god. I'm gonna have to hear your whole like, experience
Yeah.
of how it was because I've been seeing all the videos and, oh my god, it just looks so amazing, like, everybody, getting it accepted,
Mhm.
and then, like, going to the airport and getting on the plane. Oh, it just sounds so, so beautiful.
Yeah, so my experience with Advanced Parole AP, I didn't really know that much about the program. I know when it first came out, I didn't know about it. I didn't apply right away. And then, of course, when the Trump administration took over, they stopped the program. And it wasn't open again until Biden was in office. So once I heard that the program, what it was, all the benefits, which is, of course, your legal entry, which is very important. I was
Yeah,
like, well, I'm just going to take a leap of faith and try to get it. Of
yeah.
course, there are only certain reasons why you can get it granted as far as humanitarian parole, going to visit a sick relative or your relative's grave, like a grandmother, grandfather, or parents' grave that have recently passed away. And I also have my father, who that's a separate story, but he was deported when I was 14 and he lives in Mexico now. But yeah, so the main reason why I asked for my AP the first time, it was to visit my elderly grandmother that I've never met and my grandfather's gravesite. So the process took about, I want to say 5 to 6 months is the
Oh,
processing
wow.
time for advanced parole.
Okay.
And I did get it accepted. I was in shock, honestly.
Okay.
It's not too hard. You have to have a good case in order for them
Right.
to get it granted or whatever.
That's what I've
And
heard.
yeah, it's very tedious. But the first time I ended up going to Mexico was January of last year of 2024.
Okay.
Um, I do have family over there. My grandmother on my mother's side, all of her family is in there. My father's side too. But I mainly went to go visit my maternal grandmother. I was like the days leading up, there's this a
Yeah.
certain uncertainty whether I'm like, what if I get stuck over there? What if
True.
something happens and I can't come back? And there's a
Yeah.
lot of, you feel worried, like, you
Yeah.
start thinking about the what if,
For
but I was like,
sure.
"No, like, I have my paperwork in order, as long as I follow the rules, their rules, and have all my documentation, I should be fine."
Yeah.
Um, so the days leading up, like, I couldn't sleep, I was like, "I'm going to a place that I don't know, but that's where I'm from."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's insane. So, of course, getting in the airport through TSA and everything, I'm, like, shaking, anxiety and everything.
Yeah.
I get on the plane, and as
Yeah.
it's ascending, I start seeing, like, all the houses, everything's all together. It's a whole different, like, world to me, and I'm like, "This is" because I went with my sister. Thankfully, she is a
Okay.
US citizen and was able to go with me. Because if I were to go
Okay.
by myself, that's even more
That
scary.
would've been yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good that you had her there for that, like, emotional support almost.
Yeah, so even, like, as soon as I landed, I just started bawling and crying, and I'm like, "I can't believe this is where I'm from, and I don't know anything about it."
Yeah. Wow. That is so true, though. I feel like all of us feel like that now, and we just haven't
Yeah,
been able to go back, yeah.
yeah, it
We've
took
just seen it
me
probably, like, pictures or whenever you
right,
call family.
yes. It took me
Yeah.
27 years for me to go back to see
Wow.
where I'm from.
Imagine, like, our parents that still can't go back and they remember it, how they left it, like,
Yeah,
how
I
it's gonna
do
feel for
feel the
them.
same kind of way because, of course, my mother is also undocumented and she has no way to adjust her status at the moment. So I did feel some kind of way going back without her. You feel like
Right,
that feeling like, I
yeah.
wish you could come with me and come back
Oh
to
my
your
god.
land as well.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, how amazing is that? I wanted to do it too, but I feel like I don't have a really good, like, reason, like, a strong reason to go.
Mhm. Well, there is a lot of ways, like I said, you just have to have proper documentation. You could also do like medical quotes and dental quotes. Um, for my second AP right now, they also help you with because I have PCOS. And the first time that I went to Mexico, I went to a doctor over there and I started some treatment. So for my second application for AP, I just said that I'm going for follow-up treatment for my PCOS, and I got my second AP accepted.
Oh, wow, how
Yeah, so they
amazing.
can help with, like, fertility. If you
Yeah,
have, like, a certain medical condition that if you can get a quote from the US and a quote
yeah,
from somewhere in Mexico and show that there's a significant, price difference,
yeah.
they'll give it to you. They'll allow it.
Wow.
As far as dental,
Okay.
well, if you need, like, a wisdom tooth taken out, which is the most common reason,
Yeah,
you show the proper documentation with a doctor's letter from Mexico and a quote from the US,
yeah.
and you can get your advanced parole granted.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look into it,
Yeah.
but, I mean, especially right now, I don't know if I wanna do it.
Yeah, I get it, I
Alright.
do, because there is that uncertainty right now, but, well, I'm not going well, for my second AP right now, I'm going to Mexico next month.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so I recently got it granted a couple weeks ago. I got my letter in the mail, and yeah, so I plan on going next month. I know there's this uncertainty and everything's so scary right now, but while the program is still open, I feel like people should take advantage of it. I haven't heard anything of him trying to shut that particular program down right now. There's no
Yeah,
talks of it.
yeah.
So I say, why not take advantage while it is still available?
That's true, and
Mhm.
it does help get that legal entry on there.
Yes, that's very important
Yeah,
for us to have
yeah,
our legal entry so that's way you have a better path towards adjustment of status.
that's true. Wow. Is there anything that you remember when you got there that you're just like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, it was truly life-changing, honestly, like, as soon as you get off, like, the airplane and, you see all the mountains, the cerros well, I'm from Mexico City, that's where my, family is from, so that's where I went, but, yeah, you start seeing the streets and all the vendors, and
Yeah.
Everything looks so it feels like you're at home, honestly. It
Really?
feels like you're home, but it doesn't look like home, you know? But I
Yeah.
automatically got this sigh of relief, like, I know I've seen, like, this other, TikToker, uh, it's like a trend on TikTok of posting when you do your AP and whatever,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and I saw this one comment that said, "You feel free, you feel like you can breathe because 'cause you're in your home country. You don't have to be scared anymore. You don't have to have this fear of, ended up, you're always watching over your shoulder because you wanna not get in trouble or get detained, but you're finally home." And that really resonated with me because it's true. You automatically feel this sense of relief when you're there because 'cause you're home.
Yeah. Oh my God, how amazing. I'm gonna have
Mhm.
to look up your video. Did you post it?
Yes, it's on
Yeah,
on my
okay, I'm gonna look it up. Oh my God,
Mhm.
I love watching them. It just I'm like living through everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, it just brings you like so much joy to see like everybody doing it and like you're experiencing it with them for the first time too.
Yes, and it's good to hear from everybody's experience because
Yeah.
you know, you can get a good reason, like I said, as to some people do respond to the comments. Like from my video, I did try to educate people and respond to
Yeah.
as many comments as I could because I want everybody to be able to have this opportunity if they can.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking,
Hmm.
um, you said the first time it took you about 6 months.
Yes.
Did you do it yourself or did you like do it through like a lawyer?
No, for any of my DACA related stuff, I have never used a lawyer. My initial application, my sister filed it because she had some experience when she was working on, her case and how she got her residence. So she went ahead and did my paperwork. As far as all my DACA renewals, I've done them on my own. I just follow the instructions, look at a couple YouTube videos, and for my AP, there is this one page. I'm not sure if you've heard of the Facebook group. It's called Dreamers Together.
No, but I will look it up.
I definitely recommend that group. They have a Facebook page, a TikTok. It is so educational as far as wanting to file your DACA renewal, wanting to file your advanced parole, and wanting to file your emergency advanced parole. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Whenever you have a serious situation like a family member that recently passed away or somebody that's currently it's for emergencies, and
Okay.
they will give you your answer and your permit right away.
Oh, okay, okay,
But yeah,
okay.
this
Oh,
particular Facebook group, I am very thankful for because that's how I filed my AP. Everybody posts like questions like, how do you do this? How do you file
yeah,
this? What advice can y'all give me on my case for as far as
yeah.
evidence? What forms do I need to fill out? I really, really am thankful for
I
that group.
love that. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a Facebook account and do it. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, because that's amazing that there's so much support out there. I can't do it by
Yes.
myself. Yeah, girl. You know
Oh
what?
no,
All of
it's
the people I've interviewed, you guys are amazing. All
yeah.
of them were like, "No, I do that on my own." I'm like, "Wow,
Yes.
you guys,
I know some people are
you guys are
scared.
lawyers in the making."
Right? Yeah. Some people do get scared because they're like, "Oh, I don't want my stuff to get denied, or I don't want to get an RFE." So they'd rather, give it to somebody else if they don't feel that confident. And that's okay. And there's no shame in that either. We're all just trying to follow the rules and do what we're told to get,
For sure.
our presence here.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
so true. Yeah. I hear also that it's a lot easier now because you're able to do it online.
Yes, I do like the online feature. It's definitely faster as well. Going back to this page again, they also post like their processing times, which is how kind of how long your case will take. For DACA renewals, they'll post like, "Oh, I got my receipt date on September 1st," and then, "Oh, I got my approval notice by September 20." So you have an idea of how long your processing times are taken. For
Oh,
the advanced
nice.
parole as well, they'll tell you that is how I knew the process takes about 5 to 6 months because
Oh,
they'll
okay.
post their receipt dates and when they'll get approval. So when I was waiting on my response, I would just check that page all the time, and we would ask, "What receipt dates are we on?" So we could
Mm,
expect when our time was coming for them to
nice,
review our
nice. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, we'll definitely make a Facebook account after this. I'm gonna go
case.
ahead and join in and learn something.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. Next question. Okay, let me see. Have you known all your life that you were undocumented?
I did.
Yeah.
When I was, little and growing up, my parents would
Oh,
tell
okay.
me, be careful. We're not like other people here. We are constantly having to look over our shoulder and know that at any moment, if something were to happen, have an emergency plan ready, know what to do. Like, I've been, I was pretty small and my parents would go to work and my siblings basically we had to help each other as well, raise each other as well, because we knew that anything could happen at any moment as
For
far as
sure.
somebody getting arrested and deported.
Yeah.
Like I said, my father, he did get deported when I was about 14, so that's about probably 12 years ago.
Yeah.
That day did come for us once,
Oh my
where
God.
he did end up getting detained and deported. It was definitely really hard at first. Of course, there's nothing we could have done about the situation. When he
Yeah.
first left, we faced a serious financial hardship because he was the head household for our family. But he is aware of our situation and everything that's going on. I just personally don't speak to him anymore. But it was really hard having to go through that experience
Right.
of
It
like.
must kind of be like almost like bringing it back right now with everything going on, all the raids and stuff.
Yes, right. So I do take that on a really personal level because I have had that experience and it is hard, but it's only a couple of my family members that currently have no status right now. But
Oh, okay.
we try to make sure, like they say, if you're going to the store, driving to the store, make sure the one that has legal status, residence or citizen is the one driving the vehicle.
There you go.
With my
Yeah.
mother, we don't really let her go to stores by herself. We try to make sure we help her with the grocery shopping, and if she's going to work, she doesn't really work that much anymore, but her job is very local.
Oh, okay.
But we are aware of, what could happen at any moment.
Isn't that so scary to be living in that
It is.
fear?
It is. It's
Right.
very also mentally exhausting because every time there's a new president, we have to worry about this again. Every
True.
time, uh, you know, there's new laws or laws start changing, and especially living in Texas, it's a
Yeah.
very red state, very
Yeah.
Republican, and there's stricter laws here.
True.
Obviously, we're next to the border, so more
Yeah.
border security going around.
Right. Yeah. Also with like your governor, right?
Yes, our
Yeah.
governor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it it's the governor, Abbott, right? Is that
Yes.
his name? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. 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 He's very adamant.
He's a very difficult person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, sir.
Mhm.
Who hurt you?
Literally.
Yeah. It's like, oh my goodness, why you gotta be starting trouble?
Yeah, and especially right now, I know there was a recent talk where more there's giving more power to the states now, and there was just talk so far that they wanted to stop the DACA program, particularly in Texas.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
it does give me some worry because I know Texas is very, a red state against
Yeah.
immigration and all that. So it does worry me knowing that there is possibility that this bill could go through.
Yeah. Come to California, girl.
No, yeah. Y'all are expensive, but I'm gonna have to do some budgeting.
It's totally worth it. When you found out about DACA, which came out like over 10 years ago, you said you signed up right away. Did you feel like a weight has been lifted off of you?
So I was actually pretty young. I was probably like around 16 or so. I wasn't
Okay.
that really, I was still with like that young kid mentality. I really wasn't that aware of how serious my status was. My
Okay.
sister was thankfully, she is a few years older than me, so she knew how serious this was for me and what an amazing opportunity it was. So that's why she was the one I'm so thankful for her. She helped me filled out all my paperwork and got me my permit right away, and I pretty much started working right away because I was around close to being 18. And I knew that I had to renew my permit every 2 years. And she explained to me, you know, don't get in trouble with the law, and do what you're supposed to do. And basically, it was getting my work permit for me to go to college and whatnot.
Okay.
But I was very thankful for this opportunity. I'm glad I did it right away because, of course, later on with the years, they started shutting down the program and not allowing
Yeah.
new applicants like they are now. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was also another kind of shock for me when I it was time for me to go to college and I was graduating and I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to go to nursing school and I was planning to go to one of the big colleges, Texas State.
Okay.
That was the one that I wanted to go to. And it wasn't until it was the money talk about financial aid, where of course DACA recipients were not eligible for federal aid, which was FAFSA. And came the time that I found out how much money I was actually getting to go to college, I was like, wow, I didn't realize that my status would have that much of a big effect for this kind of decision. So
Right.
unfortunately, I couldn't go to a big college like that because I couldn't afford it. So I ended
Oh,
up
wow.
going to community college. It was fine, community
Yeah.
college is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's amazing.
that
You're
was the
saving
first
money.
that was my talk where I was like, wow, like this is very serious. I am very different from these people, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's when it hit you.
It did. It did.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I
Mhm.
would think that they would, like, let you get well, I think now they do know, like, certain states do.
Right. So now there is more scholarships and whatnot for DACA recipients, and I believe the local Texas aid. I think it has gotten better, but back then when it was my turn to go to college, there wasn't much
Yeah.
aid available or scholarships.
But look at you. You made it happen.
Yes, I did go to
Yes.
community college. I finished my basics in I'm originally from Houston, an HCC. Then I did get into a nursing program for my associate's degree. I got my associates in nursing. I still made it happen
Look
somehow,
at you.
even though I
Yes.
couldn't go to a 4-year college. I knew
I
what I
love
wanted
it.
to do.
Yeah.
And I did get my nursing degree, my associate's degree in nursing. However, I did not go into the nursing field. I am working
Oh.
as the immigration paralegal now.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
cool. Look at you. Yes.
Yeah, I
I
did
love
do
it.
a career change. I was given the opportunity by a close friend of mine. There was an opening in his office, and um, I really was unsure if I wanted to continue my nursing career. It was also after COVID, so there was a lot
Okay.
of, like, is
Yeah.
this really what I want to do? Everything, how the
True.
nurses were being underpaid, overworked. I was like, maybe I should
Exactly.
look
Yeah.
into something else. And,
Yeah.
you know, God bless, I was given this opportunity, and I'm like, well, I know how immigration works. I know how to do
Yeah.
my applications and other applications. I'm still helping people, which is ultimately something that I want to do because I love,
Oh, that's
helping
amazing.
people in my community. And
Yeah.
this opportunity was just a blessing because I'm
Oh,
doing
wow.
something that I love, which is helping people. And I am working with immigration laws and, helping people file
Oh
their
my
paperwork
God.
and whatnot.
That is amazing. Look at that.
Yeah,
Like such a full circle moment. Like you followed like your passion still.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I really love my job. It is stressful, don't it really stressful right now, but I do love what I
Oh,
do.
for sure, right? Yeah, and I feel like I would be, like, such an empath that I would be, like, so invested, like, in everybody's case, and I
I
was like, "Oh
am.
my god."
Honestly,
Yeah.
yes. I try to make sure I get all my paperwork done in time, that I'm, offering our clients all the opportunities that they can get, try to find different paths for them, different options, because I'm sympathize with them, I'm there too.
Yeah. For sure, and it must be, like, so amazing, because you know what it is, you know how it feels to be in their place, in their shoes.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that is so cool, I love that,
Mhm.
yes. Okay, girl, so next one.
Mhm.
Um, you saw the interview of Trump when he was being interviewed and he was asked about the DACA program?
Um, which one?
So there was one where he was I think he was being interviewed by, I think, CBS, and they asked him, "Oh, like, what are your plans with the DACA program?" And he
Mhm.
was like, "Well, I wanna do something for them," because like, he knew all about it. He was like, "They're all in their 30s, 40s, they have families now, like, they
Mhm.
don't know, the country they came from because 'cause they've been here since they were children." And
Mhm.
he seemed to know a lot about the program and about the dreamer,
Mhm.
and he said that he wanted to do something, and some people are very hopeful. Do you think that he'll do something? What are your thoughts?
See, that's the thing that I'm talking about. Every time there is a new precedent, this is our time to basically worry and, pay attention. But the thing is, sometimes they just tell us what we want to hear as far as for them to get their votes. And nothing has been done with the DACA program for over 10 years, which is something that is not right. It's very unfair. Like, there's two sides to it. I shouldn't be
Yeah,
complaining because I am given the opportunity to work legally here, but I'm
for
also
sure.
looking at the side as to why has nothing has have been done for us? Why are we
Right.
still in limbo? Every time there's a new president, every time there's a
Yeah,
new law coming in, it's very unfair and we're just tired, I
for
really
sure.
do hope he does something, to help us. And
Yeah,
it's something to look at that, I remember the first time around for his first term, he did mention he wanted to end the program and he tried to block
yeah,
the program, but what I
yeah.
don't get is how come this time around he's saying he wants to help the program. So
Yes.
that's where I'm just like, I'm not sure. You kind of tried to end the program the first term, but now you're saying you want to help us. So what
Right.
are you really going to do?
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Make
then
it
what's also what he's doing with the whole immigration rates, it's like,
yeah.
which one
So
is it?
you're kind of contradicting yourself
Yeah.
because you're also detaining ultimately if some of them don't even ask for like if they have a status or not, they're just taking them. They're just arresting them.
Yes. Yeah,
And you're taking some of our people too. So what
sure.
happened to what you said?
Exactly, exactly,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I feel like that's like this like everybody's in that same place right now where they wanna be hopeful that
Yeah,
he will do something, but like you said, we've been doing this for over 10 years, like,
right.
we renew every 2 years.
Mhm.
We have to be like the perfect citizen.
Yes.
Girl, I got a speeding ticket a couple years back. I was so scared for my life.
Yeah, I feel
I
you.
wa I was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna mess it up," and but, like, even something so little to
Mhm.
somebody else, like a speeding ticket, is
Yeah,
like
serious. Like, why are you crying? What's wrong? It's just a speeding ticket.
yeah,
To you, it's just a speeding ticket. To me, I have to have a clean criminal record, nothing on it.
yeah, literally, and I was just like, "Oh my god," and girl, now I literally, like, below the limit.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, "Oh my god," but I just hope that they finally, like, do something. Like, I'm not even asking for like, "Oh, just give us all citizenship." Like, give us, like, residency.
Yeah. At least for, let's say, the DACAs,
So
they have
something more.
around for over, 5 years or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Something, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, stop having us, like you said, like, in this limbo.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
because it's stressful every 2 years having to submit it and wait and see if it's gonna get approved.
Yeah, and then now sometimes, like, if you file early, because I know there was, like, some talk saying about the processing times were taking really long, so a lot of people were renewing
Yes.
early. Well, they don't give you the 2 years from when your permit was gonna expire. They give you to you when you're gonna get your permit. So right now that I've renewed early because of the whole talk of the long process, I only got my permit for, like, 1 a year and some months.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. They take away the time, yeah.
They do, and, like,
Yeah.
that is so unfair.
Right? I
Yeah,
was like, "Oh my god, they're literally like, wow, we're gonna go ahead and even,
yeah,
punish them even more."
right.
Yeah, because you would think, like, they would send you the one with the new date ending on the
Yes,
date that the other one expires.
right, that would be logical, but no, they're like, "Oh, no, if you're gonna renew now, then we're just gonna go ahead and do the 2 years now."
Absurd. It's like,
Yeah.
USCIS, come on. Okay, girly. I mean, um, if you could tell anybody in Congress or the Senate, or if you could say a message to the president about immigration reform, about the dreamers, what would you like him to know about who we are?
Um, oh, I don't even know where to start. Um, basically, we, like you said, we are, older now. We have some of us have started families and whatnot, and we have been paying our taxes, following the law, renewing our permit, every 2 years, following every rule of the book. We, like I said, some of us already started families. We have children. It is so scary to know that you might not be there for your children one day because of your status. It's so exhausting not knowing that whether this program may end, tomorrow or next year.
Yeah.
Like I said, every time there's a new president, it's having to worry about where we are going to be. We're tired of not knowing about the tomorrow.
Yeah.
We do everything right. There's a lot of hardworking people that are DACAs that are working, jobs, lawyers, doctors, chefs,
Yes,
teachers.
for
We
sure.
contribute a lot to the economy,
Yeah.
and I feel like
Girl,
so
I
much
Googled it.
can be done.
Billions of dollars.
Mhm.
I think it said trillions.
Yes,
Like, what would they do with all that? You know?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, something needs to be done. We need action. We need results.
Sure. Do you have like a lot of the people that I'm interviewing, they're having like a plan B just in case something
Mhm.
does happen. Have you thought that far yet, or do you just want to be like, I'm not even gonna go there right now?
Like if I were to get like detained or something. It really depends on the situation. Of course, it's very important for you to know your rights, to know what to do in a given situation, whether there's raids at your workplace, whether they come to your home. Know that you have, the right to remain silent. You don't have to answer about your status. You cannot let them enter your home without a warrant.
Yeah.
But I know that at any given moment, I do, work for a law firm, so I do have the privilege of, just contacting my boss, having her number, available and ready
Yeah.
for her to represent me if anything were to happen like that. I am aware of, where all my family is in Mexico, so if something were to happen, I know who to contact. I know where they live and whatnot. um, I, just have your emergency contact list and, be prepared for the worst because, like I said, at the end of the day, this is not where we, um, not necessarily where we would belong, but like we're not allowed to be here, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And at
Yeah.
any given moment, we're waiting for that day, and that day could be at any moment.
Totally. I saw a video about this girl who said that, like you said, they're not allowed to come in unless they have a warrant,
Mhm.
and it needs to be signed.
Yes.
Yeah, so even if they show it to you and it doesn't have like a signature, you don't still have to
No,
let them in.
no,
Yeah,
and there's also, like, undercover cars now and whatnot. It's scary.
it is. It really is. I've been seeing, like, they're saying to carry your like worker's permit with you or like your ID with you.
Mhm.
But do you think that's a good idea? I feel like they're such untrustworthy because they're
Yeah.
doing like the unmarked cars and stuff. I feel like you shouldn't even carry like the actual ID with you because I feel like they would just like throw it away or say, no, you
Yes,
didn't give it to me.
so as a immigration paralegal, that's all the phone calls I've been getting within the past 2 weeks since the day he got in
Yeah.
office. I have all the clients calling me saying, "Hey, like, how is my case doing? What do I do?"
Oh
Of
my God.
course, I it is my job to inform them of what to do, which is, if they come to your door, do not answer it. If they don't have a signed warrant, you have the right, to remain silent. You don't have to answer to them about your legal status. Um, for me, particularly, I don't carry my physical card with me. Main
Right.
reason, if you lose that card, that's
Oh my
$600
God.
off the bat.
Girl. Yes. And then I
Yeah.
forgot my password. And I heard that you need to talk to an actual agent
Mhm.
to get back into your account and that you can be waiting for hours.
Yes, so I don't recommend for us to carry your actual work permit. I would carry just a colored copy with you.
There you go.
And of course, I have my state ID. I'm able to get my state ID. That's another form of identification.
Yeah.
Limited term, meaning that, we are only here with our work permits. Um, for my, clients that have a process going on, I tell them, if you don't have a work permit, carry the paperwork of whatever process have going on, whether it's your asylum,
Oh,
whether
there you
it's
go.
your pending I-45 for adjustment of status. Carry a
Yeah.
receipt of your paperwork so that if
Oh, there you
the
go.
time comes, they know you have a process um in the system already and they cannot deport you.
Right. Someone else said that we're so like we want to be honest when
Mhm.
they ask us questions that we're so quick to reply no, you know? Like if they
Yes.
ask you, are you a citizen? Like we're so fast to just want to be honest and not get in any more trouble
Mhm.
that it's actually not helping us.
Yeah, in the moment, you don't know how you're going to react.
Yeah,
Your emotions take over, your fight or
for
flights take
sure.
over,
Yeah.
might even go mute.
Oh
And
my God.
it's
That would
just
be
because
me.
you're in the
I'll be
moment,
like,
like you see
yeah,
your reaction, you're like, definitely don't get, physical because you're giving them a
oh,
reason to
for sure.
detain you. Do not
Yeah.
argue with an officer. Do not try to push them away. Do not even touch them or anything. Don't give them a
Right.
reason for them to detain you.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah. I feel like they would just like almost try and push a button just to get you to react.
Right, and that's what they
Yeah.
want, 'cause they want a
Mhm.
reason besides,
Yeah.
you not having status. Of course, if you already have a process going, they cannot, deport you, but,
Yeah.
just don't argue with them.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
Are you guys seeing a lot of raids over there in Texas or not yet?
So that's the thing that I'm going to be completely transparent about. I know there's been some pages, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, where they're like, oh, there's an ICE raid reported here, or be careful, I saw an ICE truck detaining people here, or whatever. I am going to be really honest. I won't believe it until I see a video with a timestamp,
Sure.
an actual picture or something where it's
Yeah.
real. Because what I've
Right.
noticed is that a lot of people are doing of like these posts that are old pictures, old posts that they're reposting just to put fear into people. And
Uh,
what that is creating is, chaos, fear, but
True.
also self deportation because they're scaring people.
Yes.
They're thinking that they can't even go outside. So at this point, it's too much for them. I'm just going to go back before they take me. I'm
Yeah.
going to create fear within the community so that, everybody is afraid. You start seeing these videos of empty grocery stores, empty
Yes.
places of worship because people cannot even get out of their house out of fear. And I think that's very cruel.
That
Um,
is. Yeah.
I really don't repost anything or share any information unless I know it's true because I don't want to put any more fear into these people that are already having a hard time.
That's true. That's smart. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because yeah, even before he got into office, I was seeing a lot of people like already starting to do it and I was like, why?
Yeah.
But like you said, it's out of just like the fear of
Hmm.
being like instead of being, taken out, I'm gonna go out on my own terms.
Yes, and that's why I
Yeah.
also don't really recommend people being too active on social media. I definitely recommend that we take our breaks because
Yes.
right now that's all social media is about politics, immigration, deportation, and you start creating this fear in you and start talking yourself into I don't think I even want to get out of my house. And sometimes it's not that serious. I get that we should be afraid, but also keep in mind we have been here for all these years already. We know that someday this will happen. It just happened that, maybe that day is getting closer, but we
Yeah.
still have to keep on going with our lives.
For sure. For
Mhm.
sure. Yeah, because you don't want it to become debilitating to the point, like you said, like you don't even want to leave your house.
Right.
For sure. Yeah, that is understandable. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've been I'm guilty of that, of being, just, like, scrolling, and then I see this stuff, and I'm like, "Okay, I need to stop it
Yeah,
because it's starting to affect me," and I'm
right.
just like, "Okay, I need to check out because, yeah,
Yeah,
it will
definitely
get
take
to you."
care of yourself. Take care of your mind because we just have to keep our composure and
For
just
sure.
do what we're supposed to do. Keep on
Yeah,
working, keep on striving, and pray for a better tomorrow.
literally, yes, yes. Well, to end it with what you said, do you have any other advice for, dreamers or the immigration community right now as far as, like, taking care of yourself?
Yes. So definitely take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, learn of ways to, cope with stress, go on a walk, turn off your phone, try to decrease your social media time, and definitely, if you need to talk to somebody, which is why I messaged you and I told you how appreciative I am of you and what you're doing, with this platform. You're giving us a chance to speak our voice and let the community hear us. Give us a chance to tell them what our life is really like. There's a lot of stigma going on, with DACA recipients. They don't pay taxes. They are just taking over benefits. We don't get any
Oh,
benefits.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't
they do
know
say that.
who we really are.
Yeah,
And I do appreciate of you doing this for us. It's a very good place for you to talk, with other members of your community, get some things off your chest, get some thoughts out that you don't really, you just need somebody to talk to and
for
whatnot.
sure. Yes,
I also do want to say I do recommend for all our DACA recipients to do advanced parole. It is very important for you guys to try to do advanced parole. Educate yourselves, do your research on whether you can or cannot do it. I know there's a lot of people that say, no, I'm scared. What if I can't come back? I have not really heard of any cases that people cannot come back. And if
that is
it's
true.
so, it's probably because they weren't paying attention to the dates they were supposed to return by and they overextended their stay. You cannot do that with advanced parole. You're violating the one term they gave you. and of
True.
course, you ultimately do
Yeah.
get, end up stuck in your country. But there is attorneys that can help with that, as well. But it's very important for us to have that legal entry. So if you find any way to get somebody to sponsor you, you don't have to leave the country. You can do your entire process from the US, and it's a much less processing time than if you were to do a consular process, which wait for your interview outside of the US in your home country.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
very important that we do things.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know if I could do that. I'd be so scared.
I get it, but you
Yeah, like having to wait
have
over there for like the answer and then, but like you
yeah.
said, like we can't be living in this fear, We have to go ahead and just go for it and believe that it will. Like like you said, as long as you are not overstaying, your time and you're
Mhm.
following the rules of it, you should be
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
Mhm.
amazing. Thank you so much for
Yes.
coming on, Evelyn.
Thank you. It
You
was
gave us so much great information. Also, if you guys want to follow the Facebook group Dreamers Together to
mhm.
get some great feedback as to like advanced parole information or anything about the Dreamer program,
Yes.
that was a great tip. I'm going to go ahead and make a Facebook account right now.
Great. I'm glad.
Thank you, Evelyn, again for coming on. I really
Thank you so much
appreciate
for
it.
having me. I
Of
appreciate what you do,
course.
and I'm so
Oh,
excited to
thank
see
you.
where this is gonna take off for you. I
Oh my
love what you're
God,
doing.
literally. Yay. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Take
Okay,
care.
bye. You too. Thank you so much for tuning in to Voices of Dreamers. I hope today's conversation inspired you a deeper understanding of the incredible stories within the Dreamer community. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, leave a review, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Remember, we all have a voice, and together we can make a difference. Until next time, keep dreaming big, and I'll see you soon.